This afternoon, it starts. We've got some of our alerts and advisories beginning at the noon hour, and we've already seen a few flakes out there too in advance of our system that's going to be bringing us wind and snow and cold. We've got first alert weather days today and tomorrow for this very reason. Quick look at your impacts. Well, we're looking at conditions kind of deteriorating as we go into the afternoon and evening hours for tonight. First of all, we'll start to see those roads becoming snowy and slick, so those accumulations starting up around that point in time. That snow and wind combination also will lead to those blizzard-like conditions at times too, with some gusts to 45 miles per hour or so. This will be late tonight and into the early morning hours tomorrow, where we have that best bet for the blizzard type conditions here. And that blowing snow will continue during the day Wednesday, even after the snowfall is ending. And so that's going to have some impacts, especially out in open country with some ground drifting happening and dangerous cold and wind chills to follow. That'll start up tomorrow, and that just keeps on going. So it begins today. We've got some lowered visibility in areas where we have a little snow, a little bit of a breeze, and on top of that, just a little bit of fog out there too. A quarter-mile visibility in Langdon, so already having some trouble there. A mile in Cooperstown, 2.5 in Valley City. Over to Thief River Falls and Crookston, we're at 1.5 miles visibility, and down to 1 mile in Roseau and Badette. So already being impacted. You'll want to make sure you've got your headlights on and tail lights too as you're hitting the roads here this afternoon, and of course continuing through the extent of this storm system, even if it is the daytime, so folks can see you. So right now on our satellite map, you can see that conditions are looking mostly cloudy south and east. Of course, you see the blue on the map here as well. We've got some areas of light snow stretching right along the Canadian border and then back down into the Devil's Lake area. Jamestown might be getting a few of those flakes here this afternoon as well, with the bulk of the snow to the north and west still over by Minot, north of the border as well. And this will continue to drop in east, southeastward as we go through the afternoon and into the nighttime hours for tonight. With it comes the wind. We're seeing it pick up. You can see some gusts into the upper 20s in Thief River Falls and in Roseau. That's going to stir up some snow on the ground. Langdon, a steady speed of 24 miles per hour. That wind moving from easterly to more northerly as we go through the day today. Let's take a look at our temperatures. You can see numbers are much milder as we head into the southern valley, south and east. Up in the north and west, we're a little bit colder. That's where our wind chills will be colder through the day today. We've got 5 in Langdon and 4 in Devil's Lake. Wind chills there teens to even 20s below at times. It is feeling a lot milder in the south and east. Enjoy it while you can, because changes are on the way. I do want to focus in more on the wind and the snow as we head through the rest of the day. Keep in mind our temperatures are going to be looking like what we just saw through the rest of the afternoon. We're focused in on that snow moving in again, starting up in the northwest. We continue to watch this dropping its way this afternoon to the east southeast, and by 5 o'clock drive time, you can see a good portion of eastern North Dakota covered in some snow. That snow along the border dropping a bit into more parts of northwest Minnesota around drive time. Grand Forks, you could be dealing with that snow at that point. Even Fargo, you know, these forecast model simulations aren't always exactly on time, so it may be moving in a little bit sooner than that as well for Fargo Moorhead. So be ready for some snow for that commute. It'll be a little quieter to the east until we get further into the nighttime hours. But you see by 7 o'clock, we've got widespread snow, the wind picking up, gusts into the upper 20s, then the 30s as we head into the late night hours. And that's when we get into the heart of this system. This is when I would expect to see a blizzard-like conditions potentially late tonight. This is 10 o'clock, continuing into the overnight hours and early tomorrow. As we're starting the valley today, we'll be tracking this for you tomorrow morning. We still have some snow in the valley and some of our strongest winds gusting into the 40s at that point. Eventually the snow does wind down, moves off to the east, but we'll be dealing with some conditions that are going to be tough for the day. Here's a look at our snowfall potential, 2 to 5 inches for a wide area in the valley. There may be some pockets that get a little bit more, and then some areas, of course, that don't necessarily see a whole lot, but that wind combined with that snow, that's going to be the big problem here. And wind chills tomorrow morning, take a look at those 20s to 30s below in those pink numbers. So that's the cold that's coming in. Temperatures will be dropping below 0 at that point as well. A lot to go over. Here's your 7-day planner. Lots of red. We've got a lot of cold coming our way after this system. I'll get into more details on that coming up in just a little bit.
So the plows will be out. They'll be busy tonight.
Yes, very busy. And, you know, make sure you check back with us on road conditions. We'll be keeping you up to date on the Valley News Live weather app as well. And, you know, might want to check back with us to see if you've got some school delays tomorrow, too. It's going to be kind of tough in the morning.
Yeah, the Valley News Live news app. is
Also
perfect
grateful.
for that. And if there are, backups on I-94, that sort of thing, you want to be on top of that. App's the way to go.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Lisa.